And we can go across to Emerald Maxwell standing by at the National Rally headquarters. Emerald, good afternoon. Disappointing outcome for the far right. How are they digesting the result?
Yeah, so obviously a lot of disappointment last night as the results came in. It really wasn't the result they were expecting. All the signs pointed to them maybe potentially forming a government today, but in the end they fell well short of either an absolute or even a relative majority in the National Assembly. They came third, and for that the party leader Jordan Bardella, he blamed unnatural, dishonourable alliances between left-wing and centrist parties that had nothing in common, and he also said that this they had undermined, and actually that tactic had deprived the rationality of their victory. And of course now pushed the country into a period of uncertainty. What he's talking about here is the Republican Front, which when parties, they work together to keep the National Rally out of power by in certain constituencies where there are tight races, by having some of the candidates pull out, so they're not splitting the anti-National Rally vote. That tactic worked extraordinarily well, better than polls predicted. But as Jordan Bardella and the National Rally see it, they see it as backroom scheming against it, undemocratic, and they say that it's now puts the country into the hands of the far left. Of course, there is a bright side to all this. They did achieve, with help from allies from the conservative wing of Les Républicains, their best ever score in the National Assembly. They almost doubled the number of seats since last time. And in the first round, they also got more than a third of the vote, which is extraordinary considering that they used to be a party on the fringes of French society and now well into the mainstream.
Exactly, they're no longer at the fringes. Emerald, so what exactly is the National Rally strategy? Do they just shift focus to 2027?
Well, that's partly the point of the meeting, which will take place later today behind me at the HQ of the National Rally. They will be obviously poring over the results from last night, dissecting them, planning next moves, potentially looking at some of their policies which played less well or more well. So there's that controversial one which would bar dual nationals from holding certain positions, certain important jobs in France. But also they know that they're not actually in a bad position now. Not only have they doubled the number of seats in the National Assembly, they're also facing a very broad range of centre and left parties who are not that united, have a lot of differences. They're going to have to put those differences aside in order to form some sort of coalition and govern. That is, of course, good news for Marine Le Pen and the National Rally, who will be able to position themselves, and already are, as the only alternative to that. And of course, Marine Le Pen has got her eye on the prize, that 2027 presidential election. Last night, she has referred to it as the result from last night only deferring their victory.